There are many foods you may eat frequently, sometimes every day. But what many people are most likely unaware of is that the foods I'm about to show you has the capacity to alter your genes. These are called mutagens. These foods can also cause cancer and birth defects. Knowing which foods to avoid just might save your life. I present to you 6 foods you should definitely avoid at all costs, or at least consume consciously and in moderation. Cheese. Cheese is great. There's so many different kinds of cheese. Hard cheese, spreadable cheese, fresh cheese. But cheese is shadier than it seems. There are many things most people do not know about cheese, such as many cheeses contain rennet, or stomach acid from a goat, but cheeses contain a dangerous secret. Sodium nitrate is a common food preservative present in cheese, meat, and fish. It is innocuous before consumption, but once it mixes with the acids in your stomach, it transforms into nitrous acid, a common chemical mutagen, nitrosated, yielding nitrosamines, which is a carcinogen, meaning it causes cancer. So you might want to check the ingredients list before buying your favorite cheese next time. Processed meat. Processed meat is any kind of meat that has been preserved or improved by curing, salting, or smoking, or by adding chemical preservatives. Some examples are hot dogs, ham, sausage, some deli meats, and the ever-popular bacon. Lots of people seem to love bacon, which the average American eating about 18 pounds of it a year. But it's not all good. The American Cancer Society has concluded that eating 50 grams of processed meat every day increases the risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. That's about 4 strips of bacon, by the way. Inevitably, as part of the processing, certain chemicals that are really not supposed to be there will end up in your meat. Sodium nitrate is present in most, if not all, processed meats. It is used to preserve the color of the meat, suppress fat oxidation, and prevent bacteria from growing. The N-nitroso compounds it creates put you at high risk for mutations, as well as stomach and bowel cancers. So there's another pretty good reason to go vegetarian. Figs. Figs have been touted as health foods that increase bone strength and provide plenty of fiber and antioxidants. But what you may not know is that those sweet purple fruits contain a dormant mutagen ready for activation. Psoralen is a furocomerin that, when exposed to sunlight and ultraviolet rays, can function as a physical mutagen. Physical mutagens, such as X-rays, gamma rays, alpha particles, ultraviolet radiation, and similar radiation, loosen the DNA and cause it to lose function. UV light causes 2-deoxyribonucleic bases that should not bind, such as cytosine and thymine, to bind together. During the copying process, that bind is unreadable. Your cell fixes this by snipping it out and replacing it. However, this process is not infallible. Mutations often occur. A cell that has a sufficient amount of incorrect binds will simply die. Increased consumption of figs, as well as celery and citrus fruits, will cause mutations and skin cancer. Number 4. Alcohol. Alcohol can damage the lining of the throat, leaving you vulnerable to cancers. It also changes your delicate hormone balance, increasing your risk of breast cancer. Alcohol is also teratogen, meaning it is a substance that affects unborn babies. Alcohol passes from the mother's blood into the baby's, where it affects the child's cell growth, particularly the brain and spinal cord. Effects of this are evident after birth. Children with fetal alcohol syndrome can have small, flat faces, stunted growth, and learning and behavioral problems. Even small amounts can put the drinker, and possibly their child, at risk. Red meat. A study by the University of South Carolina surveyed 640 women, both with breast cancer and cancer-free. Women who regularly ate red meat, such as hamburger and beefsteak, had a 462% higher chance of developing breast cancer. In general, meats cooked at high temperatures, well done, form heterocyclic amines, toxic forms of amino acids, and toxic lipid peroxides. Red meat also contains a chemical called heme. When broken down in the stomach, it forms N-nitroso chemicals. These destroy the cells lining the bowel and cause bowel cancer. Hot drinks. Any hot drink over 65 degrees Fahrenheit puts you at risk for throat cancers. It irritates the lining of your throat, putting you at risk for esophageal cancers. This kind of cancer claims 400,000 deaths per year. Waiting those few extra minutes for your drink to cool down is really worth it. So now that you know the truth hiding behind these sinister foods, will you eat them again?